say you have a goal of being a millionaire and then do nothing about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Well, I would say like until you have it written down, it doesn't even exist. If you have a goal but you don't write it down, it's just a dream, right? But when you write it down and you actually backtrack,
a
concrete
goal. I think it's a goal without a plan.
Yeah,
is a dream.
Yeah, right. And like just like for example, your goal is to make $1 million. Okay, now you gotta be like, okay, fuck, how am I gonna do this? You know what I mean? Right. So like,
because you could say it and you could go about your life, and then all the time is passing you by, right?
Yeah. But like, there's also like a famous quote that comes from the old scriptures, the Bible, and it says that he who seeketh findeth, right? So when you set your goal for something and you seek it, you're gonna find it,
100%.
right? Like back in the day, you had to go like ask one man after the other to get it, but now you can literally just Google search it, and once you make that one Google search, going back to those algorithms, it's gonna hook
it'll start leading you in that direction.
It's gonna show you how to make $1 million.
So it's the 21st century, but
exactly. Like I said, it's the easiest time to be alive right now. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Social media can either help you or hurt you.
Exactly.
What would you say, Vino?
Well, I think obviously it starts with the goal, and then it allows you to kind of then have something to really think about every day and know that's where I want to go, right? And then obviously the next step is creating a plan, and then following that plan as tightly as possible would be the next step, right?
Yeah,
having the discipline to follow that plan. Yeah.
But just to add to what Vino was saying is going back and reflecting on each and every step and seeing did you hit that step, and then you can, though, based on your goals, you can see how you're spending your time. Are you working towards your goal, or are you doing something way out in left field that has nothing to do with your goal for like a week?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because what we talked about together is, we have our 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goals, which is super important, right? Like your 10-year goal could sound super outlandish to anybody that you tell them, right? And they wouldn't even believe it. They'll be like, "You're crazy," whatever, right? Even your 5-year goal could be like that.
Yeah.
But your 1 year
goal,
you're
setting the goal right.
Exactly. You want to set I think Grant Cardone said this. Dream big enough that it keeps your attention, or something, or set your goals big enough that it keeps your attention. Yeah.
Because I feel like you got to stay on your feet, because it's like, if you keep learning the same shit over again, it's gonna get pretty fucking boring, to be honest, right? So if you keep setting your goals bigger and bigger and bigger, like obviously as you cross off your goals one by one, you're gonna keep setting your goals bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Like for example, can I give an example?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give an example here. So for example, the car that I have right now, it was a goal that I set for maybe like 2 years from now. But the fact that I got it literally last year, October, to me, that car is like shit now. Right? So because I crossed that off my list, I would look at my present point as like a low point. Always. It's always going to be a low point, because you're always going to be setting higher and higher goals. And the fact that I get to cross that out of my list, I get to set newer and higher goals and shit from that point.
It's about reevaluating your goals as you get closer to the goals. You can
exactly as you cross it off, like like you mentioned, like that 5-year goal or that 10-year goal might sound outlandish.
You can hit it way faster, and
exactly.
Then you recalculate and you pick a higher goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and you work towards it, and it's all about reverse engineering that goal, right? Like the 5 and 10-year goal, like things won't go exactly as you plan it.
Yeah.
Right. It's there's this thing called actually in this book, a really really good book called Psychology of Money. I definitely recommend.
Yeah, we'll put a link. We'll put a link to that down in the description as well. Once again, guys, if you guys like this conversation and this content, make sure you guys hit the like button. Once again, if you guys haven't done it already,
definitely.
Bro, what do you guys
We'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, man, go hit that like button. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, make sure you guys are sharing this stuff as well.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
wherever you guys listen to this, make sure you guys share this. If you know someone who's gonna enjoy this content, make sure you guys are sharing this. Because we can all boom together.
Hundo. So Psychology of Money. It talks about having a margin of error, margin of safety. When you set your goals, because you want to have big goals. At the same time, you want to have that margin of safety, because we cannot predict what will happen. Big economic events, we cannot predict them.
For example, the pandemic.
Yeah,
right.
We cannot predict it. Everyone says history repeats itself, blah 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 blah. But COVID, obviously there's what is it, the swine flu or the
SARS and swine flu,
from the early
the bird flu,
whatever, the flu,
measles,
all of that,
the Spanish
right
flu.
But it's not the same. The economic results were not the same. We can't predict what's going to happen. So you always want to be aware of that. So in that sense, you want to
leave a little room
for error. So for example, say your target was I don't know, say your target was to get your net worth or your net assets to, I don't know, let's say $200,000 by the next year. If you wanted to get there and you know that you might not get there, it's like a 50-50 chance you're hoping that you'll get there. And if everything goes right, you'll get there, then that's not a smart goal to have in a 1 year time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But what you want to have is something that you're like, oh, I'm for sure going to get there, even if something goes wrong. Even if everything goes wrong, I'm still going to get there.
Even if there's factors like outside of your own control, you should be able to still attain it, right? And
Exactly.
even if there's like...
Which will happen, because you can only control your own actions, your own emotions, how you handle things. You can't control the world outside of it.
Exactly. You can be
Right.
doing everything right, and then who knows? Maybe you get fucking hit by a car. Like,
Exactly.
you know, like, knock on wood. Yeah.
Thank
Good
God
thing
this
we-
table is
Yeah,
wood.
good thing we bought a good wood table. You know. And once
Yeah.
again, for those of you guys on Spotify, you guys better watch us on YouTube so you can see the wood table.
It's beautiful.
Shout out to IKEA.
Shout out to IKEA
Transparency.
and transparency.